Okay, time for a new video. Welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new. This is yet another Eurovision 2026 related video here on my channel, specifically a Melodifestivalen 2026 related video, because right now I'm about to listen for the first time to snippets of all of the songs involved in Heat 1 of this year's edition of Melfest in Sweden, which gets going this weekend on January the 31st in Linköping. 6 songs are involved. As always, you are welcome to let me know your thoughts on anything I discuss in today's video by leaving a comment down below. And as always, there are links in the description to my other social media pages. Check them out if you so wish. I have some information in front of me to make sure I don't forget anything too important. I've been making videos about Melfest for many years now, and 2026 is going to be no exception. I will be making videos like this every week, reacting to the snippets of the songs involved in whatever heat it's going to be, and then it's entirely possible I will film a reaction to the grand final results as they come in on March the 7th. We have known details about Melfest 2026 for many weeks. We know the dates, we know the host venues, we know the presenters, Gina Di Raui and Hampus Nesvold. We've known about the artists, the song titles, and the songwriters since early December. All that's really missing are the songs themselves. I am on the SVT Play website, where earlier today, January the 29th as I'm recording this, SVT released 1-minute long snippets of all of the songs involved in the first heat. I will be checking them out in a moment. As always, what I'm watching won't be in the bottom corner of the video you're watching. That's the way it usually is. But to be fair, this is just audio and still images of each artist. So there's really nothing to really watch in this instance. In terms of Heat 1 then, we have Gresula with Half of Me, Jacqueline with Woman, 02 with Berusada Ord, Junior Lerin with Copacabana Boy, Indra with Beautiful Lie, and 18s, with Iconic. So Christopher Gresula will turn 34 before this year's Melfest final. He was involved last year and finished 3rd with Believe Me, which I thought was really great. I thought it was a really fine performance indeed. He has showman-like qualities. He has a bit of swagger on stage. It was a very musical, theatrical type performance, I would say. He did a really splendid job, and I am expecting more of the same this time around, in all honesty. It's worth saying that he is apparently in a relationship with Keo, who was one of last year's Melfest co-presenters. So behind the scenes, maybe a little bit of romance was happening as well. In terms of Jacqueline Moonkassa. She's 27, from a place called Tumba. She was on Swedish Idol. I believe she finished in 2nd place several years ago. She was involved in Melfest a few years ago with the song Effortless, a really solid, credible pop effort. She looked great, sounded great, there was choreo. It was a really well done thing. If anything, the result was somewhat disappointing. It says here 9th in the final, 61 points in total. I expect her to come back with another rather slick pop effort, again with some nice choreo. Then we have 02. Berusada Ord means drunk words, I think. Yes, something like that. 2 young guys. Don't really know too much about them. They have released a song with Emilia Pantic, I think it is, recently, and she's involved in a later heat of this year's Melfest. Junior Lerin, don't know too much about him. I think this is probably going to be the somewhat humorous, jokey entry of this particular heat. I took a look at his social media pages the other day. I think he's definitely into his fashion, but in terms of his musical capabilities, I really don't have much of an idea. Then we have Indra. Don't know much about her. If I just take a look here, Indra Elg was born in 2003. She was on Swedish Idol 6 years ago, apparently. She's only 22. Really don't know much more about that. And then we have 18s with Iconic. 18s are a very nostalgic group for a lot of people. They formed in the late 90s, went their separate ways in 2004, regrouped in 2024. They performed as part of an interval in Melfest a few years ago. Danny, Sarah, Amit and Marie. Sarah and Marie have been involved individually in Melfest in the past. They had a lot of success in Sweden back in the day. They had a lot of hits. They've also had some somewhat successful tunes here in the UK. They've toured all over the place. 3 albums and a greatest hits album as well to date. And this really seems like a big comeback. It says here this is the first piece of new music the group is releasing in 20 years. So there you go. Now, I haven't heard a thing based on nothing but vibes, really. I would say that Greshula and A-Teens are probably going through. Jacqueline will go through to the second chance round thingamajig, and then the other 3 songs will be out. There has been a change to the format once again because SVT cannot help themselves. They just love tinkering with the format of Melfest. In the first round of voting, it will again be the points-based system, the age range voting on the app. So it's not necessarily the amount of votes, it's the amount of points that matters. And the individual, the artist, whatever, getting the most points goes through. In the second round of voting, it is purely based on votes. So there's not really any consistency here at all, but it is what it is. And whoever gets the most votes in round 2 is also going through to the Melfest final. I believe it's the same with the artist finishing third. It will be based on pure votes alone and not the points-based system, but I could be wrong. It's also worth saying, during the live broadcast, we will only find out the 2 qualifiers for Stockholm. The artist that will be involved at the end of Heat 5 in the second chance round, that will only be revealed in a separate show after the main broadcast on television. So we have to remember that. Why they're changing that, I don't really know, but that is indeed what is happening. I'm just double checking here. Yes. The winner of the final will be determined once again by a 50-50 combination of votes from the public and an international jury. Unlike in previous editions, only the 2 finalists from each heat will be announced live on SVT1, with the artist advancing to the final qualifier revealed during a separate broadcast aired immediately afterwards on SVT Play. So there you go. And as I said earlier, Linköping is the venue in question. Lots of familiar names in terms of the songwriters. A-Teens, Dino Medenhodzic, Jimmy Jansson, Lina Hansson, Cassiopeia, Thomas Gerson. Greshula, yes, he's co-written his track. Indra, her song has been co-written by Laurel Barker. Jacqueline, Dino Medenhodzic, Jimmy Jansson, Cassiopeia, Thomas Gerson. Julian Lerin, that's been written by Fredrik Andersson. Nolt 4, yes indeed. Lovely. It doesn't really matter, I suppose, but it's interesting to look at. Let's finally get into this because I'm rambling for the ages. Do let me know what you think. Like I said, I'm on the SVT Play website, and as has been the case in the past, I will go through these songs based on order of excitement and preference, I guess. So I'm going to begin with Copacabana Boy by Junior Lerin. Here we go. Let's see what it's all about. Oi, oi, oi. Bit of saxophone, I think. Wow. Okay. It's quite bouncy, summery. Oi, oi, oi. I mean... yeah, I don't think that stands much of a chance. It's a sort of dance pop number, I guess. Oi, oi, oi. giving off slight summery vibes, I guess. I imagine the staging, I imagine there will be a bit of choreo, some backing dancers, bright lights, colour, maybe a bit of pyro. I don't really know. But as I expected, that's probably erring on the side of jokey, definitely. So it's not really my cup of tea. Anyway, let's move on to Nol 4 with Berusada Ord. And let's see what this one is all about. Okay, acoustic guitar. No. Toe tapping melody now. This isn't too bad. Not massively competitive, perhaps. I could appreciate this. Easy to go along with. I was expecting something quite different. Yeah. Yeah. Bit of clapping in the background there, I think. Not too bad. But like I said, I'm just not sure that's super competitive. There are other songs here that are going to stand out a lot more, I think. So it is what it is. Let's now listen to Beautiful Lie. This is song 5 in Heat 1 by Indra. Here we go. Lots of tattoos. Piano. Violin. Okay. Sounds a bit like a James Bond theme. Mysterious. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it definitely feels like a James Bond theme. With the strings in the background. Slightly echoey vocals. That doesn't sound too bad at all. Very nice. Not doing anything too overpowering. But again, maybe not massively competitive. Now it's time to check out A-Teens with Iconic. Is this pure Schlager pop? Let's take a look. Okay. Okay. Holding back at the moment, but relatively up-tempo. A little bit electro, I would say. Oh, yeah. Quite old school Melfest, this. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to have a big explosive chorus, I think. Maybe some pyro as well. That was definitely a teaser. Definitely they weren't giving much away there. But that is giving off very much old school, nostalgic vibes, I guess. For want of a better phrase, it really is. We are now going to listen to Jacqueline with Woman. This is song 2 this weekend. Okay. It's a bit sassy. Has a bit of groove to it. Not a million miles away from her previous Melfest track, actually. This chorus needs to pack more of a punch, I think. Okay. Yeah, I'm liking some of the brassy sounds that we have there as well. Yeah, that's definitely in with a shot of going through, no doubt about it. Based on that snippet, though, maybe it's just lacking that little extra kick up the backside, if you see what I mean, to make it truly pop off. That leaves Greshula, who has to be one of the favourites to win Melfest, with Half of Me. Okay. Okay, I'm pausing it because, again, I'm 20 seconds in. This is also already feeling to me as though it's lacking that little extra something, that little extra punch to make it truly pop off, if you see what I mean. It sounds quite ABBA-esque, I would say, this. It really does. Quite similar to his effort last time out. But if anything, maybe playing it a bit safer. Yeah, I like his voice. But that definitely sounded a bit like an ABBA song. It really did. Okay, well, I'm going to leave it there because there's not really much else to say. Do let me know your thoughts. I would say that Junior Lerin probably finishing last here. Nolt 4, I think they're out as well. Indra, I'm not sure she's going to do it either. So that leaves the three likely suspects, I guess, coming into this. I think A-Teens and Greshula will go through. I think Jacqueline will probably go through to the second chance round thingamajig at the end of Heat 5. Definitely I will listen to those again in due course, and obviously listen to the songs in full this weekend when the first heat of Melfest takes place. Usually what I do is the day after it's happened, I will go online and I will watch the performances and maybe watch part of the interval and the voting and what have you, and then I'll have stronger opinions on all of the songs. But there we go. Let me know what you think. Until next time, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and bye for now.